Mahindra, Maruti Suzuki and Toyota, they all use the battery made by this brand. Can this EV deliver the claimed range on Indian expressways, highways, countryside roads and the chaos of monsoon Indian roads? We are driving the BYD Sealion 7, no shortcut, no eco driving, just real world road trip. So now this is how the 15.6 inch screen looks like on this Sealion 7, and one very good feature, you press this, it rotates. But the drawback, once the screen is in vertical format, you can't use the Apple CarPlay, and you press it again, it goes back to the horizontal display. Now getting back to the home screen, now you have seen these shortcuts. So you have back, home, you have the vehicle settings, home screen shortcut button, you have AC on and off, you can set the temperature for both the sides from here. You click on this, you go to AC menu, you have all these controls here, the temperature here, you have the fan speed right here, and you have seat ventilation from here. Then if you look at this, you get all the menu right here, and from here you can split the screen, but there are only few apps which would support that split screen feature. And then you have these shortcuts again which you can edit. Very easy to use even while driving, because the steering doesn't have any button to control the screen right here. My car, now my car has a lot of features. These are again shortcut which you can use while driving. It is easy to access: lock, unlock, trunk, open all window, close all window, rear view mirror folding or not, child lock, ambient light, seat ventilation shortcut is here, and seat adjustment, everything right here. So now we are just starting with our trip, and first thing first, the car is in normal mode, so we are not using any eco mode or anything, and the region is on high. Also, if I talk about the battery range right now, it's about 89% charged and showing a range of 461 kilometers. And if you look at the trip meter, we have just done the reset at 0. So our first pit stop is 76 kilometers from here. It's showing around 1 hour 4 minutes drive. So let's see how it goes. So the variant which we are driving is the Performance all-wheel drive, and it comes with a battery pack of 82.6 kilowatt hour, and it has a claim range of 540 something kilometers. So right now we have driven the car for about 17 kilometers and have consumed a lot more energy than we started off with. But first impressions, the car obviously feels a lot solid, lot premium, and you sit in a very comfortable place inside this car, tucked in very comfortable seats and very big seats. In terms of visibility, the visibility outside is great. You can see what's in front of the car exactly without any issue, and the side mirrors also, if adjusted right, would give you a good visibility. And always you will see that the side hump of the car on your side mirrors, which gives you that feeling of the kind of design, the stylish performance SUV you are driving. And since this car comes with all-wheel drive, it also have modes like sports, snow as well. Right now we'll go back to the normal mode. Right now I have got the lane keep assist on, so it's helping me a lot, keeping the car inside the lanes. And one little bit of drawback which I would talk about is the instrumental cluster. To access this cluster, there is little bit of confusion, and it takes little bit of time to get used to of finding what button to use from where. And there's a lot of information on the screen itself at one point, so it's little confusing in that way as well. So now, this being an top end and the most expensive EV of BYD in India, it also comes with host of ADAS features. Like you can see, you have ADAS level 2, so you have emergency lane keep assist, you have blind spot, you have adaptive front light, you have open door warning, you have hill descent control, you have traction control, you have electronic parking brake, you have lane departure assist, you have collision avoidance assist, cross traffic collision assist and whatnot. So it has all the ADAS level 2 feature you can think of. To watch a quick walk around of this BYD Sealion 7, you can head on to the link above, and the same link will be mentioned in the description as well. So we have reached our first pit stop. That's about 75 kilometers which we have driven, and right now we have consumed about 17% battery, and the real range right now it's showing is 362 kilometers. We started at 463 kilometers, so we have consumed 101 kilometer of battery for traveling just 76 kilometers. And now if I look at the cumulative efficiency of the car, it is about 21.1 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometer. That means it settles around 390 kilometers in real world range. And if I talk about the range of last 50 kilometers, it is about 17.1 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometer. That means about again 470 kilometer of range in full charge. So now we are on to our second destination, which is about 34 kilometers from here. And since we are taking a little bit of scenic route, it's showing about 1 hour 3 minutes again for this short drive. We have already driven about 77 kilometers, and we have 71% battery left with 355 kilometers of range, which is showing. So now we have driven the car for over 104 kilometers, and we just drove about last 20 kilometers around countryside roads on mountain kind of roads, slopey, tight corners, and fresh tarmac as well. So it was fun, and I really enjoyed the way the car handles the tight corners, especially at decent speed. We are not just going over 60 or something, but at that speed also it handles really well, downhill, uphill, sharp corners or overtaking or whatever. And the steering feedback is really good. It is light, nimble, and you can actually, it has a very good feedback, very precise feedback, and for someone who really loves driving would enjoy this kind of steering a lot. And now if you talk about the suspension, the comfort and everything, we have been through a lot of bad roads on the countryside and a lot of potholes and whatnot. The car has managed to go through all of them very easily, and one of the best part is that a lot of it doesn't come back to the cabin, and you feel always at comfort. It's the movement around on the seat is not that much. One reason can be the seats are big enough and you sit very comfortably. Second is the suspension obviously is great. BYD has done a great job with the suspension for our road conditions. And one very interesting feature, the monitor for the ADAS and the driver detection is right here. So that's where the camera and the sensor is, and I will show you how it actually works. So let's say while you are driving and you are distracted maybe on the screen on your phone or something like that, the car will make sure that you end up safely.
Please focus on driving.
So it has brought back the car into the lane, and now it will start slowing down. So you can see the auto correction on the steering right here. Steering assist is helping the car keeping it between the lanes. You can see how it is working. So now we have reached our second location and have driven the car for about 111 kilometers till now, and we have consumed some 30% battery from the starting point. That leaves us with a cumulative range of close to again that 395 in full charge. But we have driven the car in all the natural conditions. We drove it on little bit of mountain, bad roads, urban roads. We have driven on expressway highways. We have driven on countryside roads, and so it's a mix of everything, the way the car would be driven by the real owner. And during the drive we did not save any energy. We were on heavy region mode, yes. We were on regular mode. We were also had AC music and everything on, so we were enjoying the drive like anyone would enjoy, and we were 3 people in the car. So now we are on our way back to Delhi, and right now the ETA is about 2 hours 40 minutes from here. So let's see how it goes. So we have covered about 170 kilometers and the battery status is 43%. That's about 45% down for 170 kilometers. So we have a current range of 204 kilometers. That means we have consumed about 259 kilometers of range to cover 170 kilometers. And if you look at the numbers, right now again the cumulative AEC still sits at 21.1 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometer. That's about 390 kilometers in real world range on a full charge. So I think we are yet to finish our range test, but we will be doing the second part of the range test tomorrow, and that will include a lot of city driving and driving at variable speeds to see the efficiency, and that's when we can give you an exact number what kind of range we are getting. So now we are in the middle of day 2 of the range test with the BYD Sealion 7, and yesterday we started with 89% battery. Right now we are at about 19%. That's 70% battery consumed, and since then we have driven about 255 kilometers. So we'll see how far we can push the car. So since yesterday we have driven this car for over 300 kilometers, and we started with 89% battery, and before plugging the car back into charging, we had about 9% battery and a range of about 35 kilometers left in the car. Now if we talk about the complete range test and all those things, what we have found is that minimum to minimum you will be driving around 390 kilometers in a full charge. That includes your ADAS working, your AC and everything in a normal way. We are not doing any hypermiling or anything. We did the way people would drive the car. We mixed it with highways, expressways, countryside roads, bad roads, traffic and everything. So we did a mix of everything, and we got a range of about 390 kilometers. Now if you look at the efficiency which the car shows, which is the cumulative efficiency, comes down at around 21.1 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometer. That's around 395 kilometers. Now if you look at the highest efficiency with this car, has been around 16 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometer, and if we take the average, which sits at around 17.5 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometer, which in terms of real world range would be about 450 kilometers. So I think anywhere between 400 to 450 kilometer in this car is very easily gettable. Now I would like to list down few cons from my point of view. One was that there are only 2 region modes, which could have been better, because 3 or 4 region modes or maybe multiple region modes helps in better efficiency. The battery range has been very inconsistent if you look at the way the car has been driven, but the range is drop is sudden in most of the cases. And now coming to the steering wheel, one very big drawback is that the screen is huge, yes, but to use that screen you always have to go to the screen and use it. There is no button on the steering wheel to control that huge 16-inch central display. Now also talking about the instrumental cluster, which I mentioned earlier also, it's very cluttered, not very easy to understand, read, but after some time maybe you will get used to of that cluster and the data which has been shown in that. Now talking about the pros of the car, well, in terms of handling and the stability, comfort and everything, the steering is very sharp, light, nimble, and does a very great job, especially on the corners while you are doing uphill, downhill, blind corners and hairpin bends. It works very well and it's very precise. If I talk about the HUD, which I really like a lot, because the kind of content and the data which has been displayed on the HUD is very precise and depends upon what would be needed by the driver at that point of view. So that's very good. What's also good is that you can see the navigation from the Google Maps on a HUD itself, so it shows you the next turn and everything right on the HUD, so you don't have to take your eyes off the Google Maps, or even you can put something on the central screen like music and everything. You don't have to put the Google Map all the time for your family. Now talking about the comfort, the suspension is tuned very well for Indian conditions. It handles all the situation, all the roads very well. And now moving on to the ADAS, well, it has to be one of the best ADAS you get to drive in India, especially at this price point, because the way ADAS works on highways and national highways is fantastic. Yes, it does struggles on the countryside roads, but that's something every ADAS would. So this was all about the BYD Sealion 7, and let us know in comments what do you think about this video, and if anything we can improve in this. Till then, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Evfy, and keep watching Evfy.